So it's been sitting up on this loft forever, and I was like, what are you gonna do with that? Well, you can't have the three-legged chair. Okay, no problem. I didn't want that one. So I brought that in so that you could just kind of look at some of the ways he shaped things.
What's this made from?
I'm guessing walnut
It's just
is what I'm
lightened
guessing.
up.
Yeah, it's just lightened up. This is moldy
Maybe
gray
it's
pine.
Claro walnut. Wood doesn't usually lighten, does it?
Yeah, I know. I was
Walnut does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
So,
Claro
Not
walnut.
any of the walnut I have.
so notice there's some lines on here. You know,
You know,
maybe he
he
changed
used
his
a lot
mind
of-
and put
he
it,
used a
said
lot
I don't
of,
want that sharp corner right there.
English brown oak.
Right.
Maybe it's English brown oak.
No, it's not English brown oak.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the story I heard yesterday. About 4,000 board feet of English brown oak and barely got 2,000 out of it. It came, had it shipped over and
I was gonna say, he bought trees.
it
He
came
bought whole
honey,
trees.
it came honeycomb.
Oh.
So I just wanted you to kind of look at the way the joints are and the way he's rounded the corners
Okay.
and filleted everything and, you know, the shapes. His philosophy was you would never see the you know, like this. You would never see any of these faces or edges. They would all be shaped somehow. Whether they were beveled, whether they were radius and things like that. And so, and then Thomas noticed that there's this beautiful joinery line right here. Notice there's probably one on the other side over here. That's from what? Two boards. You need to glue up and make it thicker.
There's joinery in the front too.
Yeah, well, there's joinery right here.
All the way through.
So, you know, you needed to get some extra thickness here so that you had the curve that he wanted. So literally the joints like right through here.
So it was two-face?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Face
two
glue?
boards face glued.
Oh,
Thick
okay.
boards,
Okay.
too.
So
Yeah.
before he shaped it, he glued two boards together.
Yeah, so.
I don't know how he did that.
So then he must have had his
No,
template.
it's like,
to know how
it's
thick to do
easily
it.
2 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe, okay, let me go lower to that. So it's about, you know, 1.75 inches each board. So the
And
nice
he
thing,
glued them in opposing green direction, I'm assuming on purpose.
Well, it's a prototype.
who knows, it could have been just get the job done. So most likely what he did was something like this. You know, if you're gonna save, don't use that. I'm about to use that nice. You know, you glue up something like that,
Right.
and then now you can
Oh, so you don't waste the whole middle piece.
you can shape stuff like that. You know, and maybe, who knows, maybe the board, you know, was like that, and you cut here and you cut here, and then took this piece and moved it. And then, like all good things that happen, maybe this one came over here and then got flipped.
Right.
Maybe you wanted it to be flipped? No idea. Never talked about it that I know of, other than maybe he pointed it out one time, but I don't remember. And so you'll notice there's just a nice slope here, slightly radiused, and just things to look at. So tools for shaping, I mean, other than the spoke shaves we talked about. So this is a pattern maker's rasp. They come in 2 sizes, 49 and 50. 49 is more coarse. I would say all these 49s are about 50s right now because they're worn out. You know, the goal was to have them taken over to what's the name of that place?
Bob's Tools.
Boggs Tools in Paramount, and have them acid dipped, and then they sharpen them up.
How much does it cost to get just like a rasp sharpened?
It wasn't very
And
much.
it's like
$10.
it's really cheap.
Wow.
And like if you bought a brand new one of these, 49 or 50, and you took it over there and had them sharpen that brand new one, it would come out sharper than you bought. And so this one's kind of dirty. You should always have a wire brush with you.
Actually, Mr. Boggs does not like wire brushes.
He doesn't.
No, he does not.
Good thing he's not here. He could be in trouble.
Oh,
This-
this is stiff.
This is a 3/8 rat tail file. Very coarse rasp. Excuse me, not a file, it's a rasp. Okay. Happens to kind of match that 3/8 that's going in here. So I'll pass that one around. This is a 1/4 inch. This is a file actually. Not exactly sure what the cut is. And so there's a couple other ones out there in the world that I can't remember the name, how they're pronounced. Aurora. It's kind of like Aru.
Oh, yeah.
Aurora, they're a French
Oh,
brand.
you.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, you.
Okay, yeah, like that.
I
Like,
just bought one and they ain't cheap.
yeah, no, they're like $100. So I think I put them on the website. There's links up there. Or on our Canvas site to Highland. Again, if I put up a link, it's usually not the best price, the best, you know, whatever. It's like, okay, here's a place. Take the information that's here, and you go do your own research and find out if there's a cheaper place to actually get that. Okay, yeah, don't go straight. You want to go sideways on that. Couple carvings. All of these are these are what we call straight. So notice it's a straight blade as compared to this one. This one has a bend in it. Yeah, the nice thing about this is when you come in here, I can come in like this and I can just work my way up. And one of the students that was really smart had a lathe, just like the ones we have over here. He took a piece of two pieces of MDF, glued them up, did a 8.5 inch round on it, took a piece of 120 grit sandpaper and just glued it onto there, put a faceplate on, and on the end of his drill press he has that, or on the end of his lathe he has that, and that's how he does his grinding. He grinds, you know, whatever shape he wants.
Oh.
He goes in and he
On
shapes it.
sandpaper?
Yeah, 120 grit.
Wow.
Okay, and then he went to some old, you know, some one of those thrift stores and bought a leather belt, and he took the leather belt and wrapped it around the edge of that wheel,
Oh, give him a straw.
and then now he has a straw.
Straw.
So then he just grinds them, strops them, and goes to town. Good morning, Frank. And so, yeah, that was his version. Thought it would work for him. When I took a carving class at Palomar, he says, "Here, borrow mine." There was 4 tool rolls. And there was like 25,
Wow.
30 tools in each roll. He's like, "Just put blue tape on the ones you use, and then I'll sharpen them up."
Oh my gosh.
It's like, way too many.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple philosophies in these.
That's like Cliff.
What's that? It's like Cliff.
Cliff's got on them 2 rolls of.
Just
tons of
roll
tool.
out.
Yeah.
There's a couple philosophies on this. One is you need every carving tool that's ever been made. And I guess in Europe they have walls, just like carving studios have walls just
Oh my gosh.
filled with them. And then there's, you only need 5.
5 you like the most.
Yeah, which 5 do you need? You know, what do you do all the time? These are the ones that are from here. I like this one. I spend more time with this one and the next sharp one. is the one I use. So I actually went through and I did this morning. Took me, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to get this done
Oh, sweet.
right here. If you'd like to come up and look at it, you're more than welcome
Can you do it so I can see it?
to. I already showed you, right?
No, you haven't.
I haven't.
Oh, cool.
Man.
Whenever you have a wooden mallet, you want to use a soft, you know, mallet. You don't want to use a metal one because it'll crush them. I think somebody was using a metal one on here because it got pretty beat up.
Oh, man. You sure did.
And so what John did was he took a plug cutter, chucked this up in the drill, did a plug, cut that, and then came back and just stacked a bunch of leather that he drilled a hole in and just did it on there, glued them all together. And what that does is it helps when this gets beaten up, it keeps it from mushrooming out.
That's like Japanese chisels where they put the metal.
The ferrule.
Yeah, they put it on the back.
So this is a leather ferrule.
Yeah.
So if
This
you,
is leather?
yeah, just like 1/8 inch leather.
Ancient leather.
Ancient leather. So it's like this right here. This is I think this is brass. Sometimes they're copper. A lot of people like taking just copper pipe and cutting it up, putting it on there. Works pretty well.
Yeah, if you ever make your own turning tool handles, like that's what you do. You get copper pipes.
And so I brought my template out to play with because it's got my curves on here. So you'll notice, you'll see a line right here. And this radius comes down and the outside of this radius just dies into this hard line right here. You know, maybe later I'll change it, but who knows?
So you're gonna keep that top a hard line?
Maybe, maybe not. You never know. It might have, you know, since this is a demo model, it may, you know, I might just be done with it and on to the next thing. Haven't decided. I may spend some more time shaping. Depends on what happens when I get these screws out.
Or
No, I will get them out. They will be out.
It just might take him 4 hours.
This side might have a 3/8 plug. This one
You
might
know,
have.
all you need is a metal cutting bit, and then just drill the
They
top
will be
of it
out. Trust me.
The shank is doing the job.
So if I were more intelligent and I listened to my students ask good questions, I might have actually got a can of wax, paste wax, and wax the screws to make sure that they did not get stuck.
yeah, that would have helped.
You know?
Hit them a little bit.
What's that?
Just hit them a little bit.
Heat it up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that'll heat it up.
We'll get the impact driver first to see if the.
Yeah. Well, a couple things that you do is I might just try and tighten it up. And
Just to
go
break
this
it.
way first, crack it, and then come back out. So like if you're doing plumbing, old pipes, a lot of times it's better to tighten it first than loosen it. Okay, so yeah, I just use this and I just line this up. Well, the first thing is, so like over here, I could come in here and just follow this straight edge right here and say, and you go, okay, here's my curve. You know, somewhere right there. And that'll start where I'm going. And then I went up, see your little line right there from where the round over went. Then I just kind of took this out and said, okay, that one goes to right about there. So this gets carved out, this gets shaped. You know, or you could just do it by eye, whatever you want to do. And so I started out using this one, and this is, what kind of grain is going on right here?
Got it in green.
And green.
End grain, right? So what's gonna happen when I get over the ends right here?
Blow up.
It's gonna blow out, so I'm gonna work from both directions. Notice my arm's not in here.
Got the nice soft poplar.
Well, it's not that bad. At least we're not doing oak or something.
Yeah.
White oak, or is that white?
Then I would have to have my sharpening system going at the same time. And so,
I'm not able to see how you got your chisel shaped. No, I mean, not shaped, but positioned.
oh, positioned, I'm just, so how I got this is basically I fleshed this out with this surface with my hand and kind of just eyeballed that right there. And then I see the little line from the round over. I just took that and lined that up with the round over and pulled that down.
You see, hey, your chisel
Oh,
tilted a little bit.
okay, so what it is, so we have a bevel on the back right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I'm flat, it doesn't catch anything, so I have to tip this up a little bit. Okay? And so, you should always, you know, it'd be nice to have a clamp. Have you been successful over there on with yours? Oh, no. Oh, you did get it in there.
No.
So there's that nice hold down clamp that fits in the dog hole. And works pretty good. Recommended that generally you try to put leather or something like that, or a piece of wood on there. Some of those hold down clamps that we have are serrated.
Oh.
And I watched students that didn't know they were serrated. They go, and then of course, you know, it's not a, it's a,
Yeah, it's a crank it.
and now you have this beautiful waffle pattern on there.
Nice.
And so,
One on the other side.
So that isn't the kind that you hammer down.
no,
That
that's
one's
it.
yours now.
It fits our one. I'm just working from this direction. And I'm sort of in this position mainly so On can take beautiful pictures for you guys to do this. If I look a little precarious, and then I'm just going to come in here and just. And what I'm first trying to do is just get that shape, the two shapes, the two fillets coming together. Okay. And as for exact position, the position I'm trying to get is the one that cuts. You know, as I'm moving it around, if it's not cutting, I'm gonna try and change that position. And the worst thing that you could do other than hurt yourself is go too far. Because then you'll have a gully in here, and then you have to take all that material off or all this material off to get that ferret in. Or you just say, oh no, it's gonna look like,
I like gullies.
you know, and go from there. This is why I like this one, this spoon bent one. Now I can come in here like this, and then I can just kind of work my way around. And if you kind of have the general shape there, it will tend to follow that, you know, path of least resistance. And it would be nice if I would have done what with the glue last class? Maybe wiped it out.
Wiped it out when it was rubbery.
The good thing about leaving the glue there is I don't get down into my seat too fast.
Oh.
And I have to kind of work, you know, it kind of gives me a lip there. Hello. You know, and I could probably take a little bit more out of here. You'll see there's like a little bump right here.
Yeah.
And I know Woodcraft has these gouges. And I think I've only sharpened mine once in 30 years. I don't use it. And notice this one's got a 3/8, so that one, or pretty close. So that's pretty tight in here. And so actually this is 1/2 inch. Okay, so now I can come in here and just, you know, just kind of knock off that little high spot. Or you could say that just takes too slow, and you just start working your rasp. I see my rasp over here. And so I'm going to turn it this way. And notice it's a lot easier to work without your arm in here. And so and I'm really trying to keep this, you know, as coplanar for this surface and this surface as I can. But guess what happens if I come off of here with this nice rasp?
Give a nice round over.
Yeah, I dig into this gully a lot. Notice what does the end do here?
Tapers.
It also tapers, so you could kind of, you know, work a little here and then work through here. And I usually try to work in both directions and kind of come up and down.
It is fun, it's just not much progress.
Well, by the time you get to the 4th one, or the bottom
much
side, the
braver.
8th one,
You're much
you're a
braver.
lot faster. Because you're like, I know where I'm going now.
Can you do the drum sander, you know, handheld drum sander?
Handheld drum sander.
You know, like,
Like a Dremel?
You
Yeah.
have a
Here,
handheld?
try the handheld rasp sander thing.
yeah,
Oh, that's a big one.
yeah.
That's actually a small one.
This is a tiny one.
I mean, it's bigger than a Dremel.
Yes.
What is this called?
It's a hand-stitched rotary rasp from these people.
Oh, I have my chisels are Nerix. From
Yeah.
Romania.
Czech Republic.
Yeah. How much was that?
$25.
Hand stitched rotary rasp. Well, you don't have to buy the die grinder. You can just
Yeah.
buy the bit.
Yeah, you just put it in a regular.
I'm gonna take a picture of that because I won't remember more than 20 seconds.
It's like infinity tools.
So now that I've gotten close, now I just come back with this and do this. And then kind of just And really, I'm just trying to get the glue off now. What's that?
It sounds like glue.
It sounds like glue. The nice thing is the sharp bit, this sharp tool, really makes the wood look nice.
So that nice cardboard.
Yeah. So there is some advantages to having glue in here.
You know, those of us doing walnut, we should get the Type Bond 3 when we glue this up, so it's not quite as yellow.
Turns a nice dark color. Hides a lot of mistakes. Yes.
Type on 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Is it darker color?
Yeah, a little browner, kind of walnut color.
You think use hide glue?
Yeah, if you use hide glue, you can heat up your joint, get your screw out.
True.
And it will always be repairable.
It might work. The aliphatic resin is thermoplastic, not thermosetty. So you could actually heat it up and it'll plasticize.
Yeah.
And so now
Are you gonna use old brown or
polyvinyl acetate, on the other hand, is thermosetty. And so once it fires off, it's done.
And yellow glue is which one?
Is a thermoplastic, not thermosetting.
So you need a hair dryer. Heat up that joint and then unscrew
You
your
need the
screws.
industrial hair dryer.
heat gun?
Thomas, you know where that is?
Industrial, you mean the heat gun?
Yeah, the heat gun. The industrial hair dryer. Thomas is going, look, I don't need my hair dryer today. Okay? So you want to take a look at this and see how it looks. If you had your negative shape in here, you could put it in here and test it. Or I do have a slight bump in there of this rat tail.
Beep.
Yeah, I know that.
Beep.
You don't understand what I'm saying when I'm talking to the wood.
You Pink Panther fan. Tito? Where are you, Tito?
Not now, Tito.
So I'm just working to my line.
You need a shim under your chair horse.
Yeah, definitely didn't find the flat spot in there. So what I'm really trying to do is not dig into this.
Yeah.
When I do that. So it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Right there. How's it look on? Look good from your.
Yeah.
Looks good from your house.
Good on
Yep.
camera.
Yep.
So if we were smart, we'd learn the technique on the underside
Yeah.
and then go to the upper side.
Yeah.
Are you smart?
Sometimes, but rarely on Wednesdays.
Really? On Wednesdays? Monday? Are you trying to say Monday you're more smart? Okay.
She's had all weekend to rest.
Had all weekend to rest. So then, just take little strips like this, roughly about 1 inch wide. This is a quarter sheet. And then you can come in here and,
Also, if you get various diameter dowels,
various sizes.
that's what I said, various diameters. Because that's too damn good.
That's gonna take.
Robert's really good at it though. I don't know how he doesn't burn his finger.
I'm not holding quite that.
Okay.
It's not like this is not a rotary thing.
It's a very slow rotary.
There you go.
Do you think it might be worth it to sand the legs before you glue it up?
Yeah. It's sort of one of those things that it probably isn't a bad idea, but then as you're playing around with this, the likelihood that you damage them,
Oh, sure. You're gonna have to resand.
and so notice I didn't quite take as much glue out here, so it's going to take me a little bit longer to sand through here. And notice how the line's kind of diagonal right here? So what is that telling you?
Sand more.
Where? On this side, I've already sanded,
Right.
you know. Like that.
Were you using 100 there or 80?
This is 80 grit.
Oh, it is 80.
And I'm just trying to kind of go slow so you guys see what's going on.
Susan is not here today?
That is correct.
Maybe she had Thanksgiving plans and
Oh, that could be.
Kind of hard to get this side on. Come. You know, if you get to this point, you're like, it's just not going. Maybe you take your gouging, get back in there, and go to town.
For 80 grit sanding.
Ouch.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You just gotta take the hit and resharpen.
Yeah. I know, that's why you wish Cliff was teaching the class more often, maybe sharpen these tools. And that's what I expect out of it. You know, well, if you become that tutor, you know.
Gouge sharpening.
No, in the hand tool class would be the.
Oh, yeah.
When I taught that advanced hand tool class, I spent every day tuning up one chisel. It's like, it was one of those.
There's a guy on YouTube who woodwire, right? And what he says you do with your gouger is you sharpen them once and you just sit there with a straw up next to you when you carve, and you just strop with it, you know, 3 straws every time you finish a cut. And that way you never have to sharpen it again.
Yeah, it's, I gotta get a little.
That's almost as painful as just taking time to resharpen. You do that with the school's gouge. We miss Adrian, don't we?
Yes. He doesn't even post on Instagram anymore. I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he found a job.
Well, he was working on bridges, wooden bridges up in
Huh.
in Sacramento area. There we go. That's a little better. You could also use a chisel about, you know, with the bevel down.
So note to self, when we glue up, spend a little more time wiping the glue.
Yeah, probably be a smarter idea. You know, see, I try to do these things so you learn from me.
We do.
You know,
We learn to make sure we.
if I do it right, you learn from me. If I do it wrong,
We learn
it's
from
your
you.
fault because I didn't.
Because somebody didn't bring enough cookies.
Because you guys didn't listen to me say, well, this is the right way, and you let me do it the wrong way, right? Now, if you want this backside over here, you know, your radius to kind of flow in to that corner, like right here. You know, kind of once you get this, now you start shaping this stuff. And now I'm shaping this. It's going to come get shaped into here. You know, and even though this shape tends to go this way, you could take this curve, you know, I could come back here and pull this curve, you know, all the way back into here and shape all that and then fill it through there. So if you look at the back of this chair and see how it's filleted throughout here. But what I first got was I got this shape and this shape the way I want it. And now I'll work on this, this, and this.
The one I kind of want to see is this transition here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
You guys are just like want everything.
Well, you don't have to do it right now. I mean, maybe it's for next week. I don't know.
Maybe it's for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm just gonna work my way through here. And when you're coming down here, I'm kind of shooting like this, and I'm aiming to go down that line. You know. And then you just shape it, you know, till you like it. And the more time you spend, the more radius it's going to
Are
be.
you gonna round these over?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I could just, you know, I thought about shaping and kind of just put a slight little rate curve over here, maybe come down about 3/16. Just kind of fall away. I don't know. Since this is a demo chair, I don't know how much more time I'm going to spend on here.
Oh, okay.
You know, you could come through here and just kind of, you know, where these lines are. And then,
On one of your chairs, you had a cove in the back.
yeah, this,
How did you do that?
well, the cove kind of comes in here like this.
Yeah.
And so it follows this shape right here into here, and it dies into here, and then you put a fillet coming back that way. And as long as your screw's not in the way, you know, life would be good. You know, it's if you shape this too much. And Sam has one where this like really sticks out, where it's almost like a ½ inch setback in there. And you know, so it really, if you were to look at it from the side, you'd see the profile of the seats shape. Kind of, it's kind of that exaggerated over there. Let me try to do this. Rat tail.
There.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Assistance. Take this. And then you guys tell me when I work too long. You guys need to get your stuff to work. It's 8:45. Okay, so make sure by 9 o'clock I'm done. Can't leave. No matter what we've gone to. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull this over. Can you grab one more clamp? And you know you can take your chair and twist it around and, you know, clamp the legs. You don't have to just leave it in this direction. I don't know why I'm doing this, but what the heck. Just to show you what you can do. And I'd probably come back here and shape this backside a little bit more. you go to the gym this morning? No? Okay, here.
What?
Did you go to the gym this morning? Just hold on to the chair.
We don't need to go to the gym.
But if you're doing hand tool woodworking, like I think you got yourself covered really.
Yeah.
You also don't stay cold when you're doing hand work.
That's what I was about to say.
You
Is
don't stay cold. You get warm and sweaty really quick.
I'm getting ready for you to open the door.
Oh, you're working. I'm not.
You know?
So I'm just curious, what would Carl do?
What would Carl do? Carl doesn't do this. This is not a Carl design.
Wouldn't he use that was it that, not the hacksaw, what's it called? The one that's like
The coping
got
saw? Coping saw.
really coping saw.
Oh, you mean to remove material?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're still gonna have to go back
Flat
with the
panel
raft to clean up the coat.
Yeah.
right.
You go ahead and try a coping saw and tell me how it works. I would be curious. It's like I was not taught that way, so I'm not sure. I've never seen that done.
So you brought this extra material even with this leg.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
I mean, if you wanted to use it like a die grinder is probably the quickest way to do it.
Yeah, the only problem,
A die grinder?
I'm trying to show you slow methods. You know, they're sort of like, okay, you know, sometimes we need to walk, sometimes we can run, sometimes we get on the skateboard, sometimes we get on the bicycle, then eventually we get to the motorcycle and the car, and it's like, you know, and how I describe that is, you know, when you walk to the store when you were a little kid, can you tell me where every crack in the sidewalk is?
Yep.
And then pretty soon, you know, after the years go on, you're just going, yep, know where the stop signs are if I choose to stop. You know? You see the difference? That's where I got a little too.
I just wanted to know how deep it felt when you started using the sandpaper.
Oh, it just sort of. I had the sandpaper earlier, remember? And then I decided I didn't
I would
go to
never
the-
have started with the sandpaper at this point. I would have kept going with one of the files.
Well, if I don't know where I'm going, you know.
Well, you can get a whole collection of rafts and just work your way to
Yeah,
the finest
yeah,
raft. and
that's
then,
much more fun.
Yeah, if you get those rasps that I can't pronounce the name on,
I
they come in
Oh,
grain.
you.
Oh, you
They come in grains, and I think 10 to 11.
grains. Oh, wow.
Yeah, is, if I remember correctly, was close to the 49 and 50. You know, so then as you get the finer grains, which I think are the smaller ones.
The Japanese grass is pretty good too. They're not as expensive as the roots.
Or not.
No.
And then, you know, if you want to go slow, you just come in here and use sandpaper. If you want to go a little faster, you can, you know, come in here and just.
I have to ask where you got your sweatshirt.
Where did I get my sweatshirt? There's a store in Palos Verdes up in Golden Cove. No, not Golden Cove.
Malaga Cove Plaza?
Could be Malaga Cove
Or the
Plaza.
PVE?
It's the one right above the Palos Verdes High School.
Okay.
And there's a store there.
The one with the fountain.
Yeah, there's a
By
fountain.
the
No,
library.
no, not that one. The high school, not the,
Well, there's several high schools.
yeah, there's one at the top of the hill,
Yeah,
Penn.
that's in RHE.
Yeah, and there's the one that overlooks the Pacific Ocean. That's off of,
Right.
That
That's
one.
the old Palos
Is it-
Verdes High School, but it's middle school now.
no, it's the high school now.
The one down at the bottom
Yeah,
by Rossler Pool?
no, it's, Rosser Pool's down here, it's up here.
Are you talking about
You know where
Margate?
you know where the baseball field, yeah, you know where Margate Hill is?
Yeah.
Baseball field, yeah.
So
Looks-
you're over by
Yeah.
San Pedro then?
No, Margate Hill's not by San Pedro. Margate Middle
Why don't you
School.
guys look at you pull out your phone and get a map?
Yeah, Margate Hill is where the baseball field is. So if you go down Palos Verdes Drive West,
Right.
there's the baseball field.
I don't know about the baseball.
Oh,
field.
okay. Yeah, and so it's a really small little little
It's
shop.
super tiny.
Yeah, real small.
Like there's a small Italian
The-
restaurant
yeah.
there.
Well, they're not there anymore. They used to be.
Oh, they're gone?
They're gone. They've been gone for a long
There's a
time.
tiny little marketplace there?
It's pretty much gone too.
Oh, okay.
There's like a little cafe in there now,
Okay.
but like right down the street, that street, toward if you go towards the Pacific Ocean, there's a store, I guess. I've never been in there. My mother-in-law got this for me.
Okay.
And so-
Not many people know about Rat Beach. That's why I asked. And I thought
Yes.
that might be a really cool.
In
fit
my last
for my
class, we had a
sister. I
long,
grew up in Coogee.
we had a long discussion about what the name Rat Beach stands for.
What it stands for?
Yeah, what does Rat stand for?
The Rats.
Right after Torrance?
Huh?
Right after Torrance?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, I know where Rat Beach
No.
is. Right by Rose.
Right? There's an R.
Oh,
Acronym.
right after Torrance.
The acronym.
And then there's like 3 or 4 others that people come up with.
That would be second after Torrance. That would be Sat Beach.
Yeah. Again, notice where the glue is.
Okay, I think we're done watching you sand, Robert.
Go, bye. See you later.
Okay.
So we do have some geography on how Surrey Peninsula now.
Yes. Yes.
But apparently you have far fewer stores.
Well, no, this one.
Guys are living in
You
that.
know you're old when you start talking about, you remember where the Kmart used to be?
So yeah, I'll work on that some more. Play with that.
So you